Have you ever seen or purchased these 12 by 12 papers with 4 by 4 cut aparts thinking they'd make fast, easy cards, but then were kind of stumped when it came time to actually create with them? Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, and I'm here to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's get making. I have seen these 12 by 12 sheets with 4 by 4 cut aparts, and I keep that in mind when I'm designing my paper busting templates because I know that they can be really appealing because they have this like really big, decorated area. So you're like, oh, hello spring, that's going to be perfect on a card. But something that I notice is that they often have some that would make really great cards and others that aren't as suited for cards. So like in this particular paper, I'm looking at this one that says, in your Easter best. To me, that's probably for scrapbooking. So I would have to do something different to make it work for card making. But the Hello Spring, Easter tweetings, it's Easter time. This one here that allows you to add your own sentiment, all great cards. So when I design templates with these 4 by 4 squares, I often think about using some of the 4 by 4 squares and using the other 4 by 4 squares as the back side of the paper. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. 12 by 12 paper busting template for A2 cards number 33. This one is available for free download at jesscrafts.com, and I'll leave a link in the video description so that you can pick this up. And it will use 6 of the 4 by 4 cut aparts. However, it might not be super obvious when you look at the sketch, but these 2 by 1 inch pieces, they could be combined and cut out of one 4 by 4 square. So I'm just going to pick 6 of these to keep as 4 by 4 squares, and then I'm going to take the rest, the other 3, and I am going to cut them into 2 by 1 inch rectangles. So you can start by cutting off the branding strip. I do cut things a little bit differently when using tools like paper trimmers. Please follow all manufacturer safety instructions. When I have these cut aparts, I cut things a little bit differently. Rather than necessarily worrying about the measurement, I make sure that I'm cutting between the two designs. So I could just measure to 8 inches and that would probably be where the two designs meet. But I am going to look at the edge of my paper trimmer and try to get as close as possible. And then even when I do that, it will sometimes have little imperfections, and I can go back and address those on an individual basis. So as I mentioned earlier, I think that Easter tweetings would be great on a card. I think It's Easter Time is excellent. I think that In Your Easter Best will be really easy to cover. And then there are a few other of the greetings that I don't really know that I want to use as is, although you absolutely could. I mean, like this one that says, hopping down the bunny trail. Like, that's maybe not a sentiment, but if you had that on the front of your Easter card and then you had an Easter sentiment inside, I don't think it would seem very odd at all. The In Your Easter Best might, though. Or the one that says, Cottontail Farms, Every Bunny Welcome. I think if that were on the front of the card, isn't a kind of classic sentiment, it would be fine. And then you would put a more specific Easter greeting on the inside. Okay, so one that I'm not going to use for its 4 by 4 front is I'm Just Here for the Chocolate Bunny. I'm going to cut this into the 2 by 1 inch pieces, so I'll talk about that. Again, I'll make sure that it's actually 4 by 4. So now this means occasionally I have these little bits. I don't consider these scraps. If I didn't have these particular cut aparts, I wouldn't have this trouble. So I don't consider that a scrap for these no scrap or paper busting templates. Okay, so then I'm going to cut my 4 by 4 inch square into 1 by 4 inch strips. And then I am going to cut each of those 4 by 1 inch strips into 2 by 1 inch rectangles as my final result. So again, 6 squares, and then the other 3 squares get turned into 2 by 1 rectangles until you have everything that you need to make all of the cards. Each card gets a 4 by 4 square and 4 2 by 1 rectangles. And so you can keep them kind of sorted like that in little piles, trays, box lids, etc. We're also going to need some cardstock mats to go around these pieces, and I have those 2 by 1 inch pieces. This scrap is 2 1/4. I don't actually need the full 2 1/4 length. If you look at the template, it says 2 by 1 with a 2 by 1 1/4 inch mat. But because I have a scrap that size, I'm just gonna go with it. It's okay for it to be a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna cut these to 1 1/4 inch each. So I'm noticing that this is like a bit of an odd size here, but that's okay. I'll just kind of like round it off to 5 1/2. And then I will start measuring the 1 1/4, and I'm gonna need 4 of these again for each card because I have 4 2 by 1 inch pieces. And then I will continue to look in my scraps to see what I can pull. If not, I'll go to a full sheet of paper, but I do like to pull from those scraps first. And then the other mat that I'm going to need is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 to go around the 4 by 4 inch square. And this will cover the entire card base because I am making A2 sized cards. And this here is also a great place to dice cut something out of. So for instance, this one that says in your Easter best, I want to cover that. It's a circle. So I'm going to, out of my matte color, cut a circle that will cover that. And then I'm going to add some embellishments to this circle, but everything will perfectly coordinate, and I won't need to use any extra cardstock because this is all going to be covered up in the end. So let's take a look at assembling the card according to the sketch. I have all of my pieces kind of laid out, and I am going to take advantage of the fact that I have a grid mat behind, and this is from scrapbook.com. It outlines the A2 card, and I'm just gonna decide like what height to put it from the top and the bottom just so I can make things a bit more even. I could just like take my best guess, but here I have like a partial like piece of like square grid and then a full one. And so I'll do the same thing from the bottom, and that will mean that like they're evenly spaced across the top and the bottom. And the pattern paper is called for to be put all the way up against the edge of the card with the mat only showing on the top and bottom. And the reason for that is just like you're already not going to see a lot of this patterned paper on the edges. So I wanted to maximize it by including it all the way to the edge. And then here down the center is where I'm going to place this 4 by 4 inch decoration. And so I can use a little bit of cardstock here in the center to prop it up. And I will put my adhesive on the cardstock bit so that I know like everything is laying really even. And it is again gonna fill the entire card from top to bottom. And as you can see, I can use my grid mat to center that as well. Now that the card is assembled, if you liked the sentiment and design on the 4 by 4 inch square, you could be done. But in this case, I did want to cover it with a scalloped circle. My set of circle dies is from Cat Scrappiness. You could, of course, be using, a plain circle. You could cut something out on your own. You could cover it with stickers. There's a whole variety of options. If I had this larger one where it's covering more of it, I could still use a circle and get a little bit of that pattern showing through. And I did have the coordinating stickers. I have used this paper collection in years past. I still have some of it left, so I wanted to continue to share some ideas for it. And so here I think I would just pick a sentiment like this Happy Easter and another like little animal, maybe one of these Easter baskets. I think that little Easter basket with the chocolate bunny could be super cute. I have a lot to choose from. I could also, because this is just florals, I think this is also a good opportunity to take it in another direction and just make like a happy spring type card. And there it might take a little bit more effort because I don't think I have any sentiments on this sheet that specifically are like more like spring. But if I were to take a banner die and then maybe pair it with something like these floral stickers that are perhaps a little bit less Eastery, I could just make a happy spring type card. I was able to continue to assemble the cards until I had all 6 cards created with this Easter patterned paper that started with these large 4x4 designs. And by covering up some of the designs part of the way, I was actually able to make some cards that were a little bit less Eastery and kind of extend that paper beyond the season it was intended for. I used the Hello Spring from scrapbook.com stamp set and a Lawn Fawn, 2 different Lawn Fawn inks, Grape Jelly and Peachy Keen. And I was able to create 2 cards that I think would be great for like encouragement or thank yous, and then a Hello Lovely card over here. And so I was happy to get a wide variety. If you found this video helpful, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know you like this video with a share to your crafty community, subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video.